my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. I hope you are ready to move. The weather is great outdoors. We want to embrace it, and we want the whole family to be invited. The Woolworths XTri, South Africa's off-road festival of family fun. The best way to describe it is gearing up for the last edition of the year. And what a swan song. An exciting off-road triathlon hosted at the Paul Kluwer Family Wine Estate in the Western Cape. And that's happening on the 1st of December in 2024. So hopefully your prep is going well. If you are entering, here to help us with that prep for the day are Robert Williams and Jonathan Swanepoel, both with a lot of experience coming from kind of different angles in this space. But thank you so much for being here. I would imagine normally this time of the day, are you out training? Are you?
100%. So
Sure,
there's a rest day for me.
You like rolled your eyes there at yourself. You're like, yes, I'm out training every day. But that's the joy of this, is that you get to move your body in dynamic ways. Obviously, you're coming from a swimming background, which I think is an unfair advantage in triathlons. That's always the side that I've struggled the most with. But what is it that drew you into the multiple discipline space? Why make that shift?
So you're right. Swimming was always, that was my sport at school. But my mom's a triathlete. And so I'd always go along, tag along with her and do the kiddies events. So you could really say that my mom inspired me and that I've been doing it for ages. So yeah, it really comes quite naturally.
I love the fact that she's created that culture in your family. And I'm realizing more and more, especially at my age, those that can hang on to the love of a discipline like this, it's something you can carry with you for the rest of your life, which is a gift you can give your kids. So I absolutely love that. Jono, water polo, you're standing still. In a triathlon, you're moving as fast as you can, okay? Do you just get frustrated by guys dunking you every 5 minutes? It gets pretty much that competitive in the water in a triathlon. No, what was the draw for you?
Yeah, I think water polo being quite a physical sport, also swimming up and down a pool.
Endurance.
Yeah, for your viewers who might not know what water polo are, you're kind of playing a mixture of soccer or hockey or netball in a pool, so you're constantly swimming, constantly moving, and that swimming piece in water polo has definitely helped me in the triathlon space.
And now you get to be a part of a tribe. There is such a beautiful community and a culture, again, to use that word, around events like this. And this one is kind of a little less intimidating, it seems. I think you mentioned the word triathlon and people are like, okay, that's for professional athletes. And you're like, no, but you can do this yourself. You can have access. The XTri series just feels a bit more open. Why do you think this is such a great event for the whole family to embrace?
So I totally agree with you. The Woolworths Cross Triathlon is not intimidating at all. There's really something for everyone. So there's the long triathlon, the short triathlon. You can do it in a team. So you can get someone to swim for you, someone to cycle for you, and someone to run.
Bless you, child. Just not you guys, because you'll actually be swimming. Well, you can ask. You can ask.
There are also runs and walks, so there really is something for the whole family.
Yeah, and I think with that, with every event and how open it is, you can really just absorb the beautiful locations that the Woolworths XTri is hosted at. We have it at Paul Kluwer now in 2 weeks' time, one of the most phenomenal venues we've ever been lucky to compete at. And whether you're walking, you can absorb the wine trails, and whether you're swimming, you're in the dam, or cycling through the single tracks. Any event, you're absorbing it all.
And it inspires you. When you're at that point, sometimes all you need is just the environment. You need to look up, you need to see something beautiful just to kind of get your mind right. You do need the right equipment. So let's talk about your speciality areas, if you will, and the swimming. Talk us through the equipment, because you're wearing slightly different things there. Is the full body suit necessary?
So I've got my Chivita tri-suit hanging there. So that's an item that's designed specifically for triathlon. So you can swim, cycle, and run in that. So it's quite specialized, but if you don't have one, it's okay. You can swim in a costume and then put on a t-shirt and shorts over it.
Yeah, and I think what this here is an open water wetsuit. And as Robin's mentioned, this isn't always compulsory, so you can swim in the tri-suit next to it. The wetsuit helps a little bit of buoyancy, and it probably helps for swimmers that are...
He says with a wry smile. I like that.
Yeah, so that'll help with your buoyancy. And then obviously you need a swimming cap, which is really important from a safety perspective as well, so you can see your swimmers in the dam. And then goggles, otherwise you'll hurt your eyes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you've got to take into account, you're out there. You're out in a different environment. It's not an easy easily dictated lane.
Yep.
You're out there in the open water, which can be quite competitive and cool. With that being said, how does your training need to shift for the open water? What advice do you have? I know we can't kind of just hand over 3 months of training, but how do you approach the open water swimming as opposed to what we'd be used to?
No, that's a really great question because there are no black lines at the bottom of the dam.
Just got feet and you got arms. And,
Totally, yeah. So, I mean, if possible, like, I'd really recommend that anyone who wants to do a triathlon does go and do an open water swim beforehand, just so that it's less intimidating when you do arrive at the dam and you need to get into the open water. But I think the big thing is that, like, instead of following a line, you actually need to lift your head in sight to see the buoys.
Just to see the bigger picture.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so, yeah, you'll be lifting your head forward, which is an unnatural movement when you're swimming. So you can also practice that in the pool, lifting your head. And I think John is probably particularly good at that, being a water polo player.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can probably, like a fish out of water, half the body out of the water.
Yeah, exactly. That definitely helps. And I think for the weaker swimmers who are still competing, because, you know, it is for everyone, like just stopping and doing easy breaststroke to take your breath is also more than acceptable, you know, and that's almost encouraged for your swimmers who are struggling to keep up.
You're in it for the long haul.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what's beautiful. Like, these swims aren't too long. And the Light, for example, is a 400-meter swim, which is accessible to almost everyone who can swim, you know.
I love that. Well, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that so sweetly and nicely. I get what you're saying there. It just begs the question, how do you get the wetsuit on and off really quickly? Is there a key? Is there, like, I don't want to say like talcum powder because then someone's going to think that's going to work. Soap. What do you do to get that on and off quickly?
Another great question. Like, there's so many little tips and tricks that you just won't know if you haven't done it before. But the big thing for getting on a wetsuit is, like, you take a pick and pay bag and you put it over your foot, pull it up as high as you can, and then you can really just pull the wetsuit on quite easily.
Brilliant.
The other thing is baby oil. So you'll put baby oil on your forearms and on your ankles, and that just makes removing the wetsuit a lot easier.
I love it. And these little things, they do go a long distance. It reminds me of nipple plasters when you first start doing road running. It's the little things you forget that make the big difference, okay?
Yeah.
But I love this event. I love the fact that it's not so intimidating. It takes you into one of the most beautiful environments on the world, literally, and you get to join this tribe. So many fitness enthusiasts, weekend wannabes like some of us, but everyone is welcome. So you can enjoy the wonderful outdoors with your loved ones, with your crew, and let the kids tag along as well, so you can create that culture in your family. Maybe you want to enter as a colleagues team now that we know you can split the disciplines. No matter what your athletic ability is, go and challenge yourself at the stunning Paul Kluwer Family Wines Estate on the 1st of December, and you can enter now at xtri.co.za. And of course, don't forget, we have a 3,000 Rand Woolies gift card to give away as well, just to help you on your way. To enter, visit the Woolies competition post. That's on our Expresso Facebook and the X pages, or you can go to expressoshow.com and fill out the form there. Really easy. And everyone that fills out that form successfully will get a discount code that gives you 10% off at the Woolworths XTri Paul Kluwer entry fees as well. So we really want you to do this. In addition, we're going to add even more. You'll be added to the lucky draw to stand a chance of winning a 3,000 Rand Woolies gift card, just to replenish, put back into the body what you take out. And that competition closes midnight Wednesday, the 29th of November, or the 20th rather of November. So you don't have a huge amount of time, and the T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. Guys, stay safe in your training, enjoy it, and thank you for being a part of this culture that seems to really be opening its arms to the rest of us weekend warriors to get out there and explore and, most importantly, move.